Mr. Simmons is my mother. No, she has gifts this afternoon. Who wants them? Huh? Oh, wait just a moment. Mother! Mother? Yes, dear.
Oh, not now, dear. Not with all of Mary. Tell her I'll call her back later.
Mother, it's the society paper from the evening newspaper.
Oh, she's very good. Hello, Miss Ellery? Yes, this is Vita Simmons. Yes, you might say an afternoon tea and reception of the Edmonson Forum. Yes, my mother, the late Marcella Finney Dow, she pioneered here as a young girl by ox cart. She founded the Edmonson Forum. How many would you say, little maid?
Say 75. So what did I say?
75. The soloist is Miss Tewksbury, accompanied by Miss Golden McCurdy, accompanist.
Mother, she is almost finished with her younger.
She'll do an encore.
And what if they don't give her very much applause?
I've known her for years. She'll do an encore. Yes, Miss Ellery. If you could say tea reception. I'll be assisted by my daughter, Myrtle May Simmons. What color do you call that, Myrtle May?
This peach is what they told me.
Miss Myrtle May Simmons, clad in a lovely peach crepe dress with a white jacket. Oh, I wish you could see her, Miss Ellery.
Mother, she's almost finished. And where is the cake?
Everything is ready. As soon as she's done singing, we'll open the doors and start pouring. Yes, the walls are festooned with lilacs. Yes, festooned. Yes, this is the first party we've had in years. There's a reason, but I don't want it in the paper, Miss Ellery. Yes, Liz?
Mother, come on!
I'll have to call you back, Miss Ellery.
Mother, Miss Chauvenet just came in.
Mrs. Eugene Chauvenet, Sr.? Why, her father was a scout with Buffalo Bill.
But let's see where she got her hat.
Myrtle May. It must be nice to Mrs. Chauvenet to have a grandson just about your age.
What of it without the railroad around?
Now, we promised we wouldn't mention that today. The purpose of this whole party is to get you started. We're going to work through these older women down to the younger group.
But we can't have anyone in the evenings, and that's when the men come to visit you is in the evenings. Why, the only reason we can do anything this afternoon is because Uncle Elwood is at the 4th Avenue Firehouse playing piano. Thank goodness for the firehouse.
They'll just have to invite you anyway, Myrtle May. Why, you've got so much to offer. There's a certain sweetness about every young girl. A man takes that sweetness and look what he does with it. Anyhow, you just got to meet somebody. That's all there is to it.
And when I do, they say, oh, that's the lovely Miss Myrtle May. Her uncle is Edward P. Dow, the biggest screwball in town. Him and his family.
We promise.
All right, let's do them into the dining room.
Now, don't forget when they come in and you make your little speech on behalf of your grandmother, don't forget to do this.
And after I do this, I'll say, yes, my uncle Elwood P. Dow is going to be having to speak with you this afternoon, maybe. And then after that, I'll say a few things about Harvey, stupid Harvey.
That's right, Myrtle May. Let everybody in the Wednesday Forum hear you. It's not your uncle's fault anyhow.
I'm sorry, but how do we know that Uncle Elwood is just going to waltz in here and introduce everyone to Harvey?
Your Uncle Elwood is my biggest heartache, even if he is my own brother. And besides, he's not coming this afternoon.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Mother, why can't we live like other people?
Myrtle May, your Uncle Elwood doesn't live with us. We live with him.
Him and Harvey. Does your mother know about Harvey?
I've wondered about that. You know, she never wrote me if she did.
Well, why did she leave her property to him anyway?
I suppose it was because she died in his arms. A lot of people are concerned about things like that.
You always say that, and it just doesn't make sense. She couldn't have made her will out after she died, could she?
So sassy, Myrtle May, it's not becoming. And a young lady, and besides, men loathe it. Now, when you make your little speech, don't forget to do this.
I'll do my best.
My, Miss Tewksbury's voice is certainly fading.
Oh,
Myrtle May.
Make yourself comfortable, Harvey. Speaking on the telephone. And what might be your name, my dear? Miss Elsie Greenawalt. Pardon? It's a Miss Elsie Greenawalt. How are you today, Miss Greenawalt? Oh, that's fine. Well, yeah, I'd love to join your club. Yeah, I belong to several clubs right now. I belong to the University Club and the Country Club. Oh, and the Pinochle Club down at 4th Avenue Park. Yeah, that's where I spend most of my time. Over there, or over at Charlie's place, or Eddie's bar. Yeah. What kind of club do you have, Miss Greenawalt? You tell. Harvey, she says I get good housekeeping, ladies' home journal, and the open road boys for 2 years at $6.25. Yeah. Well, that sounds good to me, Miss Greenawalt. Yeah, I'll take the subscription. Harvey says it sounds good to him too, Miss Greenawalt. Yeah, 2 subscriptions. Just send them both to the same address. Yeah. I sure would like the pleasure to meet you someday, Miss Greenawalt. When? Well, my sister Vita's having some people over this afternoon. Why, she'd be delighted. Yeah, 343 Temple Drive. Oh, I hope to see you soon then. Goodbye, my dear. Pardon? She says she's coming over here this evening to see me. Yeah, me. Oh, don't you think maybe we better get cleaned up just a little bit? It's all right. Come on, Harvey. Say, no, she's coming to sit there, not you. Yeah, me.
I can't seem to find that guest list anyplace. I must read it to Miss Ellerby. Have you seen it anyplace, Miss Johnson?
No, I haven't been.
You better go look up on my dresser, please.
Mother, Miss Chavez, she's asking for you. Now, wait right here. Here's Mother, Miss Chavez. Here she is.
Hello, Miss Simmons.
How are you?
I thought you were dead.
Oh, no.
And this little girl's your daughter. I've known you since you were a baby.
I know.
What's your name, dear?
This is Myrtle May. She's named after her father's 2 sisters. He's dead, that's why you're confused.
Where's Elwood?
Elwood couldn't be here, Aunt Ethel. Some tea, perhaps?
Elwood isn't here?
No.
Oh, shame on him. That's the main reason I came. I want to see Elwood.
Oh, yeah.
So, did you say he was your favorite Uncle Elwood?
Yes, your Uncle Elwood child was one of my favorite people.
I
He always has been.
I remember that.
There's Miss Frank's coming. Sitting there.
Man, she looks ghastly. Hasn't she failed, though?
If you think she looks bad, you should see him.
Is that so? I must have him over. She looks so grateful. I thought she was dead.
Oh, no.
Now, Rita, what about you?
Yes, well, if you'll just let me precede you.
Elwood. Elwood there. Bless your heart.
Well, Aunt Ethel, what a pleasure to come in and find such a lovely lady waiting to see me.
Elwood, you haven't changed.
Aunt Ethel, there are a lot of people anxious to meet you.
Yes, and if you don't like punch, there's tea. You
I do like tea. Stop pulling on me, you do. Elwood, what night next week? Can you come to dinner?
Oh, any night at all, Aunt Ethel. Why, I'd be delighted.
Elwood, the meal came for you today, dear. I put it up on your dresser.
Thank you, Vita. That's nice of you. Now, Aunt Ethel, I'd like you to meet a very good dear friend of mine. Harvey. He's a puka. Harvey, you heard me speak with Mr. Chauvenet. She's one we've always called Aunt Ethel. Yeah, that's the one. That's right. Oh, not that one. Yeah, that's right. That's her. That's what I'm talking about. That's her. Harvey says he didn't know me anywhere. You two look lovely today. Come on, Harvey, let's go say hello to the rest of our friends in the other room. Aunt Ethel, excuse me a moment. You're standing in his way. Hey, you go on in, I'll join you just a second. Now, Aunt Ethel, I can see that you're disturbed about Harvey, but there's no need to be. He stares that way at everybody. But he likes you. I can tell he likes you. Because when Harvey likes somebody, well, he just warms right up to him. He likes you a whole lot. Yeah. Good day. See you next week. I'll come with Harvey.
Some tea perhaps, Aunt Ethel?
Why, no, not right now. I think I'll be running along. I'll talk to you later. Goodbye.
Oh my gosh.
Rudy Mae, where are you going?
I'm going up to my room. Mother, he's telling all those people about Harvey. I can't face him. I wish I were dead.
Come over here and sit down. Just sit down. It'll be all right. We'll
I
get
won't.
it.
I will not.
No. Just pretend we're having a little chat, and I'll fix your massage. Smile. Keep smiling. Now look, do you see him yet?
No.
He always comes when I call him. Keep smiling.
Mother, people get run over by trucks every day. Why can't something like that happen to Uncle Elwood?
Myrtle, this is never Uncle Elwood's fault.
Ouch, you're sticking me. Oh no. Miss Cummings is leaving. You must have told her about Harvey.
Hello, yes, this is Vita Simmons. Should you come in what you have on? May I ask what you have on? May I ask who I'm talking to? Mrs. Greenewald. But I don't know any Mrs. Greenewald. May I ask who invited you? Mr. Dowd. Well, I'm afraid there's been some mistake. Well, I never.
Never what?
Some friend of your Uncle Elwood wanted to know if she should bring a portage in for the Wednesday forum.
Oh no. Now he's talking to Miss Halsey.
Is Harvey with him?
What kind of question is that?
Your uncle's the biggest heartache I have. But I'll tell you one thing. He's not going to embarrass us in this house again. I'm going to do something this afternoon I've never done before.
Mother, just a moment ago you said, this isn't your Uncle Elwood's fault. Well, if it's not his fault, whose is it?
Never mind. I know whose fault it is. Now just hold your head up and keep smiling and walk in there.
You're no master here, Mother. You know you're not.
We'll see. Elwood! Elwood here. Could I see you a moment? Now smile. Keep your head up and walk in as though nothing happened.
Thank you.
Elwood, could I talk to you for a minute?
Oh, sure, sister dear. Excuse me just a second, Harvey.
Would you mind having a seat until the time is over? There's something I want to discuss with you, and it's very important to you.
Well, sure, sister. I happen to have a few spare moments right now, and why, you're welcome to every one of them. You want Harvey to wait too?
I certainly do. Please have a seat.
Have a seat, Harvey. Vita wants to talk to us. I think she wants to congratulate us on the impression we made her party this evening. Jane Austin. Deluxe edition. Yeah. Frosted and donut. Yeah. Lemon. Yeah. Oh, the usual acknowledgement. Yeah. Huh? Chapter 1.
Mrs. O.R. Simmons, 343 Tiffany Drive, is that right?
That's right. That's our home. It's old, but we really love it here.
And you wish to enter your brother into the sanitary for treatment. Your brother's name?
This isn't easy for me.
Mrs. Simmons, what's your brother's name?
Myrtle May says I should hold my head up. I tell Myrtle May to keep her head up, too. She's just heartbroken about her Uncle Elwood. Elwood P. Dow, that's it.
Elwood P. Dow. His age?
He's 47, the 24th of April. He's Taurus the bull. I'm Leo. Myrtle was born on a cusp.
47. Is he married?
No. Elwood stayed home with Mother. He's a great homebody. He just loves his home.
Do you have him with you now?
I left him down in the cab with the cab driver. I gave him $1 to keep an eye on him. Can't tell people about things like this.
Mr. Wilson, would you step out to the driveway and to a taxi and ask Mr. Dow if he'd be kind enough to step up to room 24, South Lincoln?
Ask him.
Yes, this is his sister, Mrs. Simmons.
I'll do that.
Thank you.
Now, Mrs. Simmons, the rates here, you'll find printed on this card.
Oh, that won't be necessary. That'll all be taken care of by my late mother's estate, myself, Penny Dow. Judge Gaffney is my attorney.
Okay, I'll tell Miss Dr. Sanderson you're here.
Dr. Sanderson, but I want to see Dr. Chumley himself.
But Dr. Sanderson is the one who sees everybody now. Dr. Chumley sees no one.
Isn't Dr. Chumley still head of this institution? Isn't he still a psychiatrist?
Still a psychiatrist? Well, he's more than that. He's a psychiatrist with a national reputation. When people have mental breakdowns, they must think of Dr. Chumley.
Well, that's his office, isn't it? You march right in there and tell him I'm out here. I know if he knows I'm out here, he'll come out.
I wouldn't dare disturb him, Mrs. Simmons. I would be discharged if I did.
Well, I don't want to deal with any old second fiddle.
Second fiddle? Dr. Sanderson's nobody's second fiddle. He's young, of course, and he hasn't been out of medical school very long, but did you know Dr. Chumley tried out 12 and kept Dr. Sanderson? He's really memorable to the patients.
Very well. Tell him I'm here then.
Right away.
Peter, isn't this wonderful?
Mrs. Simmons.
Oh, he's startled me. Dr. Sanderson, is it?
Yes, won't you please have a seat?
Oh, thank you. I hope you don't think I'm disturbing all the time.
Oh, of course not. Miss Kelly tells me you're concerned about your brother. Dow, is it? Elwood P. Dow?
Yes, but this isn't easy for me, Doctor.
Oh, naturally. These things are never easy for the families and patients. I understand.
This is incompetence, isn't it, Doctor?
Oh, of course. That's understood.
Because it's a slap in the face to what we stood for in this community, the way Elwood's been carrying on.
I'm a psychiatrist, Mrs. Simmons. I'm not a doctor.
Well, for one thing, he drinks.
Drinks. To excess.
Wouldn't you call it excessive every time a man goes near a bar, he has to go in and have a drink? He plays cards with riffraff and people we never even heard of. He brings them home and gives them food and money. And Myrtle May, she has a right to a life of her own. She's young. Yes, my daughter.
That's your daughter. How long has it been since you began to notice any peculiarity in your brother's actions?
Well, we didn't know anything about Elwood and this Harvey until Mother died and we moved back from Des Moines. It was just Harvey all the time. Myrtle May and I, we had to set a place at the table for that Harvey. We had to move over on the sofa to make room for that Harvey. We had to answer the phone when Elwood called and asked to speak to Harvey.
This person you call Harvey, who is he?
He's a rabbit.
Perhaps, but just who is he? Some companion that your brother brings home from these
Yes,
bars?
I've been trying to tell you. Harvey is a rabbit. A big white rabbit, 6 feet tall. brother says his best friend is a rabbit. This rabbit's name is Harvey. He's a big white rabbit. They do everything together. Elwood buys theater tickets, plane tickets, restaurant tickets for both of them. Why, I told her to make. I said, but your uncle was so lonesome he had to bring something home. Why couldn't he bring something home, human? He's got me, he's got poor man. Doctor, I want to tell you something that's happened. Every once in a while, I see this rabbit myself, and I'm so ashamed of it, but I don't want you to ever tell anybody this.
Mrs. Simmons.
And he's every bit as big as Elwood says he is.
I can see you've been under a great deal of strain.
Yes, I have.
Grief over your mother's death depressed you considerably?
You'll never know how much.
Have you been losing sleep?
How could anyone sleep with that rabbit in the house?
Short-tempered over trifles?
You put up with the two of them all day and see how short your temper be.
Loss of appetite?
How could anybody eat with the two of them sitting at the table? Well, I'm done with it. I'm going to sell the house, be appointed executor of Elwood's estate, and Myrtle Mayo. We'll live the life that we want. It's enough, Doctor. I just can't stand it anymore.
Of course. Now, of course it is, Mrs. Simmons. You're tired.
Yes, I am.
You've been worrying a great deal.
Yes, I am.
And now I'm going to help you.
Oh, thank you, Doctor.
Just sit there quietly. I'll be back in a moment.
Thank you. I got to just go down the cab and get Elwood's things.
Why didn't someone answer the buzzer?
I didn't hear you, Doctor.
Rang and rang. Mrs. Simmons. Mrs. Simmons. Sound the gong, Wilson. That poor woman must not leave the grounds.
Maybe get away, Doc.
Her condition is serious. Go after her.
You believe it?
Main gate. Henry, Dr. Sanderson. Allow no one out of the main gate. We're looking for a patient. Thank you. Only I hadn't left her alone, but no one would answer the buzzer.
Well, where were the sapling, Doctor?
What are we available, Kelly?
13 at the West Orange.
Have her taken there immediately and not prescribed preliminary treatment. You must contact her brother. Dow's the name. Edward P. Dow. Get him on the phone,
But
please.
Doctor, I didn't know that the woman needed treatment. She said it was for her brother.
Well, of course she did. It's the oldest dodge in the world, used by more cunning psychopaths. But she apparently knew that her brother was going to commit her, so she came out to discredit her. Now, get him on the phone, please, Kelly.
But Doctor, I thought the woman was all right, so I had Wilson take the brother up. He's in 24 South London.
You had Wilson take the brother in. No gags, please.
But I did, Doctor. I'm terribly sorry, though.
Oh, you're sorry. Well, if you're sorry, that fixes everything.
I'll do it. Doctor, yes, will you please unlock room 24 and give Mr. Dowd his clothes? And
Ask him to step down to the office right now.
ask him to step down to the office right away. There's been a terrible mistake, and Dr. Sanderson wants to explain.
Explain, apologize.
They hadn't put him in the hydro soap yet. She'll let him out.
Beautiful and dumb, too. Almost too good to be true.
Doctor, I didn't know. When Judge Gaffney called and said Mrs. Simmons and her brother was coming over, well, when she came in, well, you don't have to be sarcastic.
Oh, don't I? No worries. We'll squirm out of this some way.
Well, where are you going?
I'm going to tell the chief about this, Kelly. You may want to handle it himself.
But you can't. He'll be furious. He'll die, and then he'll terminate me.
The responsibility is all mine, Kelly.
No, Doctor, tell him it was my fault.
I never mention your name, except in my sleep.
This man down?
Well, don't let him get away. Keep him here. I'll be right back.
What am I supposed to say to him? What am I going to do? He's going to be furious.
Look, Kelly, he'll probably be fit to be tied, but he's a man, isn't he?
I guess so. His name is Mister.
Look, just go into the old routines. You know, the eyes, the swish, the works. I'm immune, but I've seen it work with some people, with some of the patients out there. Keep him here, Kelly, even if you have to do a striptease.
Oh, you're wonderful, Dr. James. You're the most wonderful person I've ever met.
Yeah, how about give me a lift here just the same?
What?
That Simmons Dan.
Oh, did you catch her?
Slick as a whistle. She's honking along the path on the little tune. I jumped out behind the tree. I said, "Sister, there's a man who see you." Should I heard yell, she's wifey, all right.
Upstairs. 13 at the one star.
She's there now. Brought her in through the dive kitchen. Screaming and kicking like all get out. I'll hold her if she'll come and undress her.
Well, maybe just a minute. Dr. Sanderson wanted me to wait for her brother to come down.
Make it snap.
You're Mr. Dow?
Yes, Elwood V.
I'm Miss Kelly.
I know that. Let me give you one of my cards. Now, if you should want to call me, you call me at this number here. Don't call me at that number. That's the old one. Oh, don't think nothing of it, my dear. If you lose it, I've got plenty more.
Please be seated, Mr. Dow. Do you have a seat?
Yeah, sure. I'll take 2. Now,
Dr. Sanderson is very anxious to talk to you. He'll be right back. Please be seated.
oh, no. After you, my dear.
Oh, I really can't, thank you. I'm in and out all the time. But please, don't mind me. Please sit down.
Oh, no. After you.
Can I get you a magazine to look at?
I'd much rather look at you if you don't mind. You're quite lovely.
Some people don't seem to think so.
Some people are blind. That's often brought to my attention. Now, before we go any further, I'd like to introduce you to a good friend of yours.
Mr. Dow,
Yes, Elwood P. Let me give you my cards. Now, if you should...
I'm Dr. Lyman Sanderson, Dr. Chalmers' assistant out here.
Good for you. Glad to know you, Doctor. How are you today?
Well, that's going to depend on you, I'm afraid. Won't you please have a seat? You met Miss Kelly.
Oh, yes, I've had the pleasure. Now, before we go any further, I must let y'all introduce you. My dear friend here.
Please, won't you let me get started first? Please, have a seat. First, I want to say that...
After Miss Kelly.
Sit down, Kelly. Is that chair quite comfortable, Mr. Dow?
Oh, yes, they're right.
No, thank you. Is there something I can get from an ashtray? Can we get Mr. Dow an ashtray? Is it too warm in here for you? Would you like me to open the window?
Mr. Dow? Dr. Sanderson wants to know if he should open the window.
Well, that's entirely up to him. I wouldn't dare try to know his life for him.
Mr. Dow, I can tell you're not the type of person to be taken in by any high-flown phrases or beating about the bush.
Is that so, Doctor?
You have a disadvantage here. You know it. We know it. Let's lay the cards on the table.
Oh, that certainly appeals to me, Doctor.
Best way in the long run, people are people no matter where you go.
That's very often the case.
And being human, and therefore liable to make mistakes. Miss Kelly and I have made a mistake here this afternoon, and we'd like to explain it to you, Miss Dow.
And Mr. Dow, it wasn't Dr. Sanderson's fault at all. It was all mine.
Well, I find it very interesting just the same. You say you and Miss Kelly here this afternoon?
We didn't understand, Mr. Dow.
Yes, these things often stem from long and warm relationships.
And the responsibility is, of course, not hers, but mine.
Well, I find your attitude very old-fashioned, Doctor, but I like it all just the same.
Now, if I had seen your sister first, that would be an entirely different story.
Now, there you surprise me. Now, I think the world and all of Eva, but I suppose she has seen her day.
You mustn't attach any blame to your sister. She's a very sick woman. Came in here insisting that you were in need of treatment. That's perfectly ridiculous.
I'll not tell Eva not to worry about me. I can take care of myself.
Exactly. But she'd already spoken with Nurse Kelly here, and there had been a call from a family lawyer, Judge Gaffney.
Oh, yes, I know Judge Gaffney. Know his wife, too. Lovely people. Lovely people.
Is there something I can get for you, Miss Dow?
What you have in mind?
A light. Here, let me give you the light. Your sister became extremely emotional and plunged into a heated tirade over drinking.
That was Eva.
She became hysterical.
I tell you not to worry about it. I'll take care of it.
Exactly. Oh, I suppose you're like all the rest of us. You have a drink every now and then.
Yes, I do. As a matter of fact, I'd like to have one right now.
Matter of fact, so would I. Her alcoholism is not what I was going to base my case upon. This condition of hers didn't spring up overnight. It stems from trauma.
From what?
From trauma. Spelled T-R-A-U-M-A. It means shock. There's nothing unusual about it. There's birth trauma. Shock to the act of being born.
Yeah, that's one we never get over.
You have a very nice sense of humor, Mr. Dow. It doesn't Miss Debbie.
Oh, man, I say the same about both of y'all.
Something I'll love. Your sister's condition is serious, but we can help her. She must have remain committed out here temporarily.
Well, I've always wanted Vita to have everything that she needs.
Exactly. Did Wilson get what he went after?
Yes, Doctor.
What was Mrs. Simmons' reaction?
Well, not unusual, Doctor.
Mr. Dowd, if this were an ordinary delusion, something reflected on the mental picture, in other words, if your sister were seeing something that she had seen once, well, that would be one thing. It stands to reason no one has ever seen a white rabbit 6 feet tall.
Not very often, Doctor.
I like you, Dad.
Oh, I like you too, Doctor. And Miss Kelly's here. I like her too.
So your sister must be committed out there temporarily. Under these circumstances, I would quit my own grandmother.
Oh, does your grandmother drink too, Doctor?
No, it's just an expression. Now, won't you please sign these temporary commitment papers as next you can? It's just a formality.
Well, you better have Vita do that. She manages everything in the household and signs all the papers. She's very good at it.
Well, we can't disturb her now.
Well, then maybe I should call Judge Gaffney.
Well, you can explain it all to him later. Tell him I advise him. It isn't as if you couldn't drop in at any time and make inquiries. We're glad to have you. I'll make out a visitor's pass for you, and when would you like to come back? Wednesday, Friday, say?
Well, since you've both been so pleasant to me, I can come back right after lunch. All day, about an hour.
Well, we're pretty busy around here, but I guess that would be all right.
Well, I really don't have to leave. I'm not very hungry.
Delighted to have you. Nurse Kelly and I have to get on back upstairs right now. Lots of work to do, but I'll tell you what you might like to do.
What?
Well, just to make sure that in your mind your sister is safe out here with us, why don't you just look around? You go through those doors and turn right just beyond the stairway. You'll find the occupational therapy room. Down the hall, past the conservatory, the library, and the dining kitchen.
For Vita's sake, I think I'd better do that, Doctor.
Good. Yes. And it's been a pleasure having this little chat with you this afternoon.
Well, it's been a pleasure with you too, Doctor, and Miss Kelly here too. Since you've both been so kind to me, and since when I'm with people, I like to just keep right on being with them. What do you say we go down to Charlie's and have a drink?
Well, we're on duty right now. We can't. Give us a rain check. Later on, we'll be glad.
When?
Oh, we can't say right now. Nurse Kelly and I doesn't something on duty until 10 o'clock every night.
Then 10 o'clock tonight at Charlie's then.
Well,
And you, Miss Kelly?
the doctor told me he doesn't approve the members of the staff fraternizing, but since you've been so understanding, perhaps we can manage it.
All right then, I'll go out and eat supper and I'll come back in the cab and pick you both up at 10 o'clock. Now, since you both treated me so nice, and you say later on in the baby, then later on in the baby. That's fine, my dear. See you later, Doc.
You're breathing again.
Well, that was a close shave, all right. But he seemed pretty reasonable, though. That man was proud. What he has to be proud of, I don't know. I played up to that pride. You can get to almost anybody if you want to. Now, I must look in on that symptom.
But Dr. Simmons, you say you can get to anybody if you want to. How can you do that?
Oh, it takes study, Kelly. Years of specialized training. There's only one thing I don't like about this Dow business.
What's that?
Having to make that date with me tonight. But he left us a friend and boosted this sanitarium, so I guess I have to go. But you don't have to.
Oh,
There's no point in it. I'll just go down with him, have a drink, pat him on the back and leave. I've got a date tonight anyway.
I didn't even go anyway. The idea of board was stiff. Well, I wouldn't go anywhere if I didn't go anywhere in my life. I wouldn't go anywhere if my life depended on it.
What's the matter with you, Kelly? What are you getting so emotional about?
Well, he may be a funny man with peculiar clothes, but he knows how to act. His manners were perfect.
I saw you giving him the dolphins there. I didn't miss that.
He wouldn't sit down till I said so. He told me I was lovely, and he called me dear. Well, I would go have a drink with him even if you weren't going.
Sure you would. And look at him. All he does is hang around bars. He doesn't work. All that corny, getting up out of his seat, bowing every time the woman makes a move. Why, he's as outdated as a cast iron mirror. But you'd go into a bar with him and drink. You're a wonderful girl, Kelly.
Well, let me tell you something.
Dr. Sanderson, Miss Kelly,
Yes, Doctor.
tell the gardener to bring more carefully along my prize dahlias around the fence by the main road. They'll be ready for cutting next week. The difficulty with the woman with the big white rabbit, has that been smoothed over?
Yes, Doctor. I spoke with her brother, and he seemed quite reasonable.
You know, I've had quite a few patients out here that saw animals, but I've never had a patient before with an animal quite that large.
Yes, Doctor. I believe she called him Harvey.
Harvey. That's an unusual name for an animal of any kind. Harvey's a man's name. I've known a few men in my day named Harvey, but I've never heard of any type of animal whatsoever by that name. This case has an interesting face.
Yes, Doctor.
I think we should go in and look in on it. I think we might be able to use my formula 977 in treating her. I'll advise you in prescribing a treatment, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor.
And now may I ask whose hat and told us that on the table? How to get there?
I don't know, Doctor. Kelly, do you know what's it out?
No, he hadn't said only what. Perhaps it's a relative of one of the patients.
Hand me the hat. Maybe there's some identifications. Look. What's that? 2 holes cut in the top of that hat. See?
That's strange.
Some you fed. Hang them up, put them away. Get them out of here.
Dr. Chubby,
Oh, there you are.
how's every little thing?
Fair, thank you, Will.
Look, someone's gonna have to give me a hand to that Simmons thing. Order a strain jacket or something. She's terrible. Got me, did you? That's all right. I got a corset all by myself.
We're going upstairs now to look in on that patient, Will.
She's in the hydro. Oh, I left the water running.
Well, do you remember your promise? Oh, no, Dr. Sanderson. You haven't forgotten the first cocktail party, have you? You promised to faithfully.
I have to go upstairs and look in on the patient. I'll be back shortly.
Just give a quick little diagnosis, won't you? I don't want to be late for that party. I'm dying to see you inside of that house. Good evening.
Oh, good evening.
I'm Mrs. Chumlin, Dr. Sanderson.
Oh, I'm glad to know that. Dow's my name, Elwood Pete. Let me give you one of my cards. Now, if you should want to call me, you can call me at this number right here. Don't call me at that number. That's the old one.
Okay, thank you. Is there something I can help you with?
What'd you have in mind? Oh, yes. Now, I'm looking for Harvey. I went off and found him.
Harvey, is he a patient here?
Oh, no. Nothing like that.
Does he work here?
Oh, no. He's what you might call my best friend. He's a puka. And he come out here with Vita and me this afternoon.
Where was he when you last saw him?
Well, he was over here sitting at this table and he's had help was on it.
Doesn't seem to be a hat or a coat there now. Maybe he's already left.
I guess so. I don't see him anywhere.
What was that word you said? Hookah?
And that's it.
Must be something new.
Oh, no. I understand that that's something very old.
I've never heard it before.
Well, neither did I until I met him. I do hope he gets to be cute. He sure would be taken with you.
Oh, that's so nice of you to say so.
Think nothing of it. Because if Harvey likes somebody, well, he just decides right up to him. But if he doesn't like him, he sits there like an empty chair or an empty space on the floor. He takes his time making his mind up about people. He's choosy, you see.
Not such a bad way to be nowadays.
But now Harvey likes my sister Vita, but that's because we're from the same family. Harvey likes me, so he likes Vita. You would think that Vita would like him also, but she doesn't. That's too bad, don't you think, Mrs. Chumley?
I don't know. I gave up a long time ago expecting my family to like my friends. I find it's just useless.
We must keep on trying, though.
There's no harm in trying, I suppose.
Would you go downtown with me now? I'd like to buy you a drink.
I really couldn't. You see, I'm waiting for Dr. Chumley to come down. If he comes down and I'm gone, I know he's going to raise me. Well, let's just say he's going to be irritated.
Very well, then we won't do that. Some other time, maybe.
Okay. I'll tell you what I will do about it.
What will you do, however? I'm interested.
Well, if your friend comes in and I'm still here, I'd be glad to give him a message for you.
You do that for me?
Oh,
Sure would appreciate it.
yeah, what would you like me to say?
Just tell him to meet me downtown if he has no other plans.
Any particular place?
Oh, no. Harvey knows that. He knows this town like a book.
Harvey? You? No. Where? Harvey what?
Just Harvey.
I'll tell you what.
What?
Well, the doctor and I are going straight downtown ourselves to 12th and Monmouth. The doctor refers to a cocktail party.
Cocktail party at 12th and Montague, you say, huh?
We're going to be leaving shortly. Now, if your friends should come in and we're still here, we'd be glad to give you a
Oh, I wouldn't want to put you out, but I sure would appreciate it.
It'd be no trouble. You see, Dr. McClur's giving his cocktail party for his sister. She's just in from Wichita.
I didn't know Dr. McClure had a sister in Wichita.
Oh, you know Dr. McClure?
No. You sure you can't go downtown and have that drink now?
Oh, no, thank you. I really could.
Some other time, perhaps.
Yes, thank you.
It really has been a pleasure meeting you, Mrs. Chumley, and I do hope to get to meet you again.
Just so do I.
Oh, you can't miss Harvey. He's very tall. About like this. Good day.
Good day.
That Simmons woman is most uncooperative, Doctor. She refuses to admit to me she has this big white rabbit. Insists it's her brother. I want you to give her 2 of these at 9, another at 10 if she continues to be so restless. And let's say another trip to the high room at 8 and 1 in the morning at 8. Then we'll see if she won't cooperate tomorrow, won't we, Doctor?
Yes, sir.
You know where to call if you need me. Ready, Pat?
Oh, yes. Oh, really?
Yes.
There was a man out there just a little while ago. His name was, this is Carnes. Dowd, O-K.
That's Mrs. Simmons' brother. I spoke with him this afternoon. I gave him full visiting privileges and I told him to look around.
Oh, you better tell him his sister doesn't need to see anyone tonight. Tell him that.
Yes, doctor.
He wasn't looking for her. He was looking for a friend.
Well, who could that be, Dr. Simpson?
I don't know, doctor.
He said it was someone he was out here with this afternoon.
Did Dowd have anyone with him when you saw him, Kelly?
No, not when I saw him.
He said his friend was sitting right over there in that chair with his hat and his coat. He seemed quite disappointed.
What's the thing?
Oh, yes, by the way, I said that if his friend should come in and we're still here, we'd be glad to give him a lift. Is that all right, Tony?
Of course.
Wait just a minute, I'll go to stand down. Here he is. Yes, his friend's name was Harvey.
Harvey?
Yes, he didn't give a last name for him. However, he did mention another word, Puka, but I have no idea what that meant.
Harvey!
Yes, he said his friend was very tall. Why are you looking at me like that? You know, the man was so nice and so polite, he really asked that we give his friend a lift into town. You can't give a lift to a friend, and why even bother?
Mrs. Chumley, how long ago was he in here? Where'd he go?
He left just a few minutes ago, and I have no idea.
Give me that hat. Brother George will find out about this.
main gate. Henry?
Yeah.
Dr. Sanderson, did a man in a brown suit pass out the main gate just a few minutes ago? He did? He's gone? Thank you.
Hello, Judge Gaffney. This is William Chumley, the psychiatrist. I'm calling to check up on the spelling of the name before we enter it into our records. Judge, you called this afternoon about having a client of yours committed. How was that name spelled again? With a W, not a U. Mr. Elwood P. Down. Dr. Sanderson, I believe your name is Sanderson.
Yes, doctor.
You know that much, do you? You went to medical school, you specialize in the study of psychiatry. You graduated, you went to court. Perhaps I neglected to tell you that a rabbit has large pointed ears. And that a hat that fits those ears would have to be perforated.
But doctor, he seemed reasonable enough this afternoon.
Doctor, the function of a psychiatrist is to tell the difference between those who are reasonable and those who merely talk and act reasonable. Do you know what you've done to me? Don't answer, I'll tell you. You've allowed a psychopathic case to walk off these grounds with an overgrown black rabbit. And you subjected me, a psychiatrist, to the humiliation of having to call, of all people, a lawyer to find out who came out here to be committed and who came out here to commit.
But Dr. Chumley,
Just a minute, Wilson, I want you. I'll now have to do something I haven't done in 15 years. I'll have to go out and find this patient, this Elwood P. Down, and I'll have to bring him back. And when I do bring him back, your connection to this institution is ended as of that moment. Wilson, get the car. Pat, call the quarters and say we can't make it. Nurse Kelly, come with me and we'll get that woman out of her tub.
Yes. Now I'm going to have to call the cook, tell her we're going to be home. She's just going to be furious. Wilson?
Yes, ma'am.
What's a puka?
A what?
A puka.
You search me.
I bet it's in the encyclopedia. Just about everything in this book. I wonder if it'd be a watch or something that would originate. I don't have time to stop and do this right now. Willie comes down and finds me still here. I know he's going to race. Oh dear, oh dear.
P-O-O-K-A. Oh, here it is. Puka. No accepted mythology of various spirit in animal form, always very large. Puka appears here and there, now and then, this one to that one at his own caprice.
Yes, that's right. Yes, go right up. The stairs is right at the end of the hall. You can't miss it. Yes, I'll be right up.
Well, where is she?
Where's who? Who do you mean, Miss Gaffney? What's this now?
Your mother, Peter Louise, where is she?
Miss Gaffney, you know where she is. She took Uncle Elwood out at the same time.
I know that, but why was I called to the club with a lot of hysteria? While she was screaming and carrying on, I couldn't make out what she was talking about.
Well, let's carry on. About what?
I don't know, she was hysterical.
Mother's hysterical. Well, that is certainly strange. Why should you take Uncle Elwood out there and bring him in? Did you find it? Yes, just keep looking. Yes, I'll be right up in a minute. They found it.
Who? Found what? What are you talking about?
Well, as soon as Mother left with Uncle Elwood, well, I marched myself right over that real estate agency, and I put the house on the market. And guess what I found there?
Oh, man, I didn't come over here to play 20 questions.
Well, there happened to be a man there, and he was looking for a house just like this one cut up in buffet apartments. Well, he's looking through the house right now.
See here, Marley, this house doesn't belong to you. It belongs to your Uncle Elwood.
But now that Uncle Elwood's in the sanitarium, the property belongs to Mother, doesn't it?
Your mother, where is your mother?
Judge Gaffney, I told you she took Uncle Elwood out to Chumley's rest.
Why did she call me at the club when I'm in the middle of the game and scream at me to meet her here about something important?
I don't know. We don't know. Say, is this house?
Certainly, it's in my safe. Well, man, I'm feeling pretty bad about this thing locking y'all's up.
Now that Uncle Edward's gone, me and Mother will get to take a long trip. Maybe I'll even Pasadena.
You know, I always liked that boy. He could have done anything in this community. Been anything. Made a place for himself.
All he did was get a great big rabbit.
He had everything. Brain, personality, friend. Men like him, women like him, I like him.
You mean to tell me that my Uncle Edward used to be like all other men, that women like him in that way?
Well, not since he started running around with this big rabbit.
Well, I can believe that.
Once that mailbox of your grandmother was just full of those little blue scented envelopes for Edward.
Can't believe it.
Of course, he always was a little different.
That I can believe.
He was always so calm about any sudden change of plan. I used to admire that. I guess I should have been suspicious. You know, take your average man looking up and seeing this big white rabbit. Why, he'd do something about it. Not Elwood, he took that calmly too. Well, look where that got him.
Judge, you wouldn't believe how far overboard on this rabbit business he's gone.
Oh, yes, I would, too. He's had that rabbit in my office many times. I might be getting a little old, but I don't miss much. What's that noise?
That's a respected buyer on the 3rd floor. Mother! Judge!
What's wrong?
She looks like she's all right in here. Stay down here. Okay, we're going to stay here. That's okay, Mother. What's the matter? Here you go. You can sit. Yes, look. Yeah, but just let me sit here. Just give me my breath. Okay.
Just let me get my breath. Just let me get my breath.
Mother, what happened to you?
Oh, Mark, you've got to sue them.
What's it?
They put me in and they let Ellen go.
Why did they do that? You must have said something. You must have done something.
I didn't do anything but tell them about Ellen.
But I don't understand. How did it happen?
I was walking down the campus, you know, with and this man, this awful man jumped out at me. He had on one of the white coats. He's a white slaver, I just know he was.
Mother, what did he do?
Oh, it's awful. We gotta sue him, all right. We just gotta sue him.
Yes, Mother, go on. Was he a young man?
You better leave the room.
He brought me in here, and he took me upstairs and he tore my clothes. And then he put me in a tub of water.
Oh, for heaven's sake. That's all.
What you wrote on your face, but don't you believe it, Judge? Don't you believe it, murder man? And then those doctors started asking me all kinds of questions about sex and all that filthy stuff. You ought to clean that up, Omar. That place needs to be cleaned up. Because if that's all they think about, it's all in their heads. They ought to get out in fresh air. They ought to take long walks. Such Daphne took long walks for years. Didn't you, Judge?
Maybe I should take some notes. Now, you said this Dr. Chumley, what was the other one's name?
Sanderson. Don't believe anything he says, Judge. He's a liar, little cloak, beady eyes. They're all liars. Besides, I told him something in confidence and he blamed it.
Mother, what did you tell him?
Never mind, it's not important. He ain't gonna see anybody.
Well, Mother, the important thing is where's Uncle Elwood?
I don't know. I should have known something. But always protect him. Every time I try to do something to him, it protects him. That awful booger.
Mother, where's Uncle Elwood? Answer me.
I don't know. They let him go. They're not interested in men in places like that. Oh, it's so naive, little man. You gotta sue him, Judge. You just gotta sue him. Oh.
This is all his fault. Why, he found out that she was going to put him in, and he put her in, and then he ran.
No, now, see here, Wilson. Your Uncle Elwood always thought the world of all of his mother. Even when he was a little boy, he used to share everything he had with her.
I'll find him. I'll hunt detectives. Besides, you better save some of that sympathy for me and Mother. Well, you have no idea what he's put us through, what Mother's been through. Why, you should see what he brought in 6 months ago. Well, I hid it in the garage. Just wait till I show you, Judge. You just wait.
No, I'm going up and talk to David. There's more to this than she's telling. I can tell that.
Just wait a minute, Judge. Wait till I show you.
Okay, I'll wait.
Okay, is he here?
What's this?
You got called the rabbit, is he here?
No, and who may I ask you?
Not in here. Okay. Dr. Chumley's coming in anyway.
Chumley? Well, I've got something to say to him.
The reason I ask your name, doctor always likes to know who he's talking to. This guy says his name is Judge Gaffney, doctor.
Chumley, well.
Good evening, Judge. Let's not waste time. Has he been here?
Who? Elwood? No.
Of course he's not. He's wise to us now. It's been an awful job to smoke him out.
It'll be more difficult, but I'll do it. They're sly, they're cunning, but I get there. I always get there. Have you got the list of places we've been, Wilson?
Right here, doctor. Read it. We've been to 17 bars. Eddie's Place, Charlie's Place, Basic's Barn and Dance, 4th Avenue Firehouse, the 10th, 12th, and 9th Avenue Firehouse, just to make sure. Union Station, the grain elevator. Say, why does this guy go to the grain elevator?
Foreman's friend he is. He's got a lot of friends in a lot of places.
We stopped out here to ask Mrs. Simmons if she has any other suggestions, so we might look for her.
Dr. Chumley, I have to inform you that Mrs. Simmons is retained me to file suit against you.
What?
Yes, for what happened at the sanitarium this afternoon.
A suit?
Yes, and while we're on this
Oh, that's pretty easy, doctor. After I was dragging you around town all day trying to find this guy.
What happened this afternoon was an unfortunate mistake. I discharged my assistant who made it, and I'm prepared to take charge of this man's case personally. It interests me, and my interest in the case is something no man will let me inside. But you can ask any of them.
This business this afternoon, Doctor.
Water under the dam. This is how I see the thing. I see it this way. The important thing now is to find this man and get him out of the cemetery where he belongs.
That's right. That's what I think.
Allow me to introduce Miss Margaret Simmons. This is Mr. Dallas. Mr. Simmons' daughter.
How do you do, Dr. Chumley?
Hello.
I'm her.
Now we talk to Mrs. Simmons.
She won't come down, Doctor. Judge, she mother talked to me.
No, now, Margaret, now, your mother was manhandled this afternoon. Gosh, there's no telling what happened. This man's broken, not professional, person.
Wilson, this is a serious charge.
You gonna believe this guy? What's your name?
Gaffney, Judge Omar Gaffney.
Thanks. You gonna take the word of this old Mr. Wilson? Me the name of Caesar Rabbit.
It's not Mrs. Simmons that's eating rabbit, it's her brother Elwood.
That's right. It's on Lower.
Doctor, if you'll just come with me.
Very well, Judge. Wilson, I have a situation here. Wait for me.
Okay, doctor. So your name is Myrtle May.
Yeah.
Well, when that drunk was, you're liable to be coming out to sanitarium on visiting days.
Well, I don't know.
Well, if you do, I'll be there.
You
Yeah, come see me first. Stick around, I'll be there.
will.
Sure, you heard the doctor tell me to wait, didn't you? Well, I sure could use a sandwich and a cup of coffee while I wait.
Well, if you'll excuse me, I'll proceed you in the kitchen.
Yes, sir, you're all right.
I am.
Yeah, the judge noticed it right away. You don't miss the trick. Yeah, and I'll tell you something else.
What?
You not only got nice bills, you got something else.
What?
You got the screwiest uncle that ever stuck foot in our nut house. Hello? Chumley's Rest? Let me speak to Dr. Chumley. He's not there. Oh, Mrs. Chumley, how do? Oh, wait, did you find Harvey this afternoon? Well, that's okay. Don't worry about that. I missed you at the cocktail party. Yeah. All the people there, they just treated me so nice. I got to leave quite a few of my cards. Well, I hung around until you called and you said that you couldn't come because a patient had escaped. Where am I? I'm right here. Well, I can't talk to you much longer. I gotta go find Harvey. Yeah, well, a good day to you, my dear, and give my regards to anybody else you happen to run into today. Goodbye.
I suppose you had money to pay people, you can talk into doing anything.
Dr. Chumley, what did I say to you when you took me out of that tub in your sanitarium?
You expressed yourself, I don't remember the words.
I said, Dr. Chumley, this is a belated civil case. Isn't that what I said?
You said something of the sort.
Well, you're going to learn something. Last summer, I took a course in art. I learned the difference between a photograph and a portrait. Now, a photograph, that's just a picture of reality. But a portrait, that's a dream of the reality. It's our dreams that separate us from the beast. Why, I wouldn't even want to live if it was just eating and sleeping and taking my clothes off. I mean, putting them on. Doctor! Oh! Oh! Oh, no! Oh, no!
Calm down and tell me what's wrong.
That is not my mother!
I'm glad to hear that.
Oh, no, he's been here, he's been here.
I'll get you. Just sit there this way. Hello? Yes? Who's calling? Here he is, Mrs. Simmons. Don't tell him I'm here. Be casual.
Hello, Elwood? Where are you, dear? Why don't you come home? Where are you? He wants to know if Harvey's here.
Ellen Harvey is here.
But he's not.
Maybe come in. You bring
Elwood? Yes, dear, Harvey's here. Where are you at? He's not going to work. He wants me to call Harvey to the phone.
Tell him Harvey's here, but he can't come to the phone. Tell him. Say he's in the bathtub.
The bathtub?
Tell him he's in the bathtub. Maybe he'll come over here and get him. I can grab him. Tell him.
Oh, doctor.
You've got to do it, Mrs. Simmons.
Elwood? Oh, Harvey can't come to the phone right now. He's in the bathtub. I'll send him over just as soon as he's dry. Where are you?
Did he hang up?
He said Harvey just walked in the door. I know where he's at. He's down at Charlie's Bar. He's over on 12th and Main.
12th and Main. That's 2 blocks down and 1 over, right?
Where are you going, Doctor?
I'm going out and find your brother and take him to the cemetery where he
Oh,
belongs.
no, I wouldn't advise that. You better send one of your attendants.
But Mrs. Simmons not to help your brother.
Help! He can't be helped. He needs to be picked up, locked up, and left.
You consider your brother a dangerous man?
Dangerous.
Why?
Why? Why else would I want him committed permanently?
Then I must observe the expressions on his face. I must see the expressions on his face as he talks to this wreck. You do say he does talk to the wreck.
He tells him everything.
What's that?
Yes, he tells him everything, but I'm warning you, Doctor, don't go after him. You'll be sorry if you do.
Nonsense. You underestimate me, Mrs. Simmons.
No, Doctor, you underestimate my brother.
Don't worry, I can handle him.
You can handle him. Murder May, see who's in the bathtub? Oh!
What's stuff in your room, Doc? Upstairs?
All back. Thanks, Will.
Stuff to get down. I hate to take you on to make the grade.
And those are the breaks.
When you taking off?
As soon as Dr. Shumway gets back.
Any accident report from the police accident bureau yet?
No, not yet. I just talked to the downtown dispensary. They haven't seen it.
It's getting to smell awful funny to me. 4 hours he's been going and not a word. Look, Doctor, I may not get to see you again, so I'm going to say that I'm mighty glad to see you, and I'm sorry you got to kick an aspirator.
Well, thanks, Will. Good luck to you, too.
Look, if you hear any word of the police accident bureau, let me know. If it's not back, I'm going after it myself.
I'd like to have a look at the doctor, too, Wilson.
That's well of you, Doc, right after he gave you a brush.
Well, I'm no resentment against Dr. Shumway. He was right, I was wrong. Shumway's the biggest man in his field. It's my loss not to be able to work with him.
You're not so smart yourself.
Thank you.
Don't mention it.
Dr. Sanderson?
Yes.
Well, I just want to say that I wish you a lot of luck too, and I'm sorry to see you leaving.
Are you sure you can spare these good wishes, Miss Kelly?
On second thought, I guess I can't forget it.
Kelly, this is for nothing. It's just a little advice. I'd be careful if I were you about the kind of company I kept.
I beg your pardon, Doctor?
Well, you don't have to. I saw you last Saturday night down at the camping of that grip down at the Rover Frontier Hotel.
Oh, did you? I didn't notice you.
You know, I'd be a little careful if I were you, Kelly. He looked to me like a schizophrenic all the way across the board.
Well, you really shouldn't have given him a thought, Doctor. He was my date, not yours.
Well, that was his mentality. But the rest of it, well,
But she was beautiful, though.
who?
That girl you were with.
I thought you didn't notice.
Well, you bumped into us twice. How can I help it?
Not that it makes any difference to you, but she is a charming little lady. She has a sweet, kind disposition, and she knows how to conduct herself.
Funny she couldn't rate a better date on Saturday night.
And she has an excellent mind.
Why doesn't she use it?
I don't suppose you're too simple. Hard, flippant shell you have. You're probably compensating for something.
I am not. And don't you use any of your psychiatry on me.
Oh, but if I could just try just something, just one time to see if you would melt under some circumstance, I doubt it.
Well, you'll never know, Doctor.
Because you interest me as a case history. That's all. I'd like to know where you get that inflated ego.
Well, if you aren't the meanest person, inflated ego, case history,
Oh, don't run away. Let's finish it.
oh, leave me alone.
Gladly.
Show his rest. No, Sergeant. No sign of him either in town or the suburbs. You know, maybe we could... Oh, never mind. They just walked in. Mr. Dowd.
These are for you, my dear.
For me, thank you.
They're fresh, too. I just picked them outside.
Oh, Dr. Shelley didn't see you. They're surprised behind us. Did he go upstairs?
Well, not knowing, I cannot state. But these flowers are lovely against your hair.
Thank you. I've never worn burnt orange. It's such a trying color.
Oh, but you would improve any color, my dear.
Thank you. Did Dr. Chumley go over to his house?
I don't know. But where's Dr. Sanderson?
Well, he's in his office there with me.
Thank you.
Now, there you are.
Yes, I have a cab waiting outside now for you and Miss Kelly if you're ready to go.
Where's Dr. Chumley?
Well, is he going with us? Well, that's nice.
I don't know, Doctor.
I must apologize for being a few minutes late. I had to stop outside and get some fresh flowers for Miss Kelly. I felt she needed some. Although from what happened this afternoon, Doctor, these flowers should have been for you. As you grow older and pretty girls pass you by, why, you begin to appreciate the generous girls of your youth. Shall we go now?
Just a moment now. There's been a change since we spoke this afternoon, but I urge you to have no resentments against Dr. Chumley. He's your friend. He only wants to help you.
Oh, that's nice. I'd like to help him too.
What do you need?
I won't take this guy in. Oh, I'm afraid there's some mistake. Nurse Kelly and Dr. Sanderson and I had a date tonight to go down to Charlie's and have a drink. But now you're perfectly willing to come with us, Mr.
Wilson.
Wilson. They have a perfectly lovely floor show.
Oh, yeah? Well, wait till you see the floor show we've got upstairs.
Just a minute, Wilson. Where did you say Dr. Chumley went now?
Well, as I said, he did not state his plans with me.
You mean the doctor ain't showed up yet?
Not yet.
Well, where is he?
That's what we're trying to find out.
Mr. Dad walked in by himself.
Oh, we did, eh? Listen, you. Start talking or I'm working you over.
I'd rather you didn't do that. And I'd rather you didn't bring up such a matter in front of a fine young lady like Miss Kelly.
Now, let me handle this, Wilson.
Well, handle it then. Find out where the doctor is.
Mr. Dowd, Dr. Chumley went into town to pick you up. That was over 4 hours ago.
Well, where has the evening gone to?
Listen to that. Smart, eh?
Well, did you see Dr. Chumley tonight now?
Oh, yes. He come into Charlie's about dinner time. Cozy little spot. Let's say we go down and talk this over a nice hallway.
We're going nowhere. Listen, you. I'm asking you a question. If you don't button your lips and give me some straight answers, I'm going to beat them out of you.
I'm afraid what you ask is impossible.
What's that?
You ask me to button my lip and give some straight answers. It simply can't be done.
You say that Dr. Chumley did come in to Charlie's place.
Oh, yes, I was glad to see him, too. He come in, and he asked for me, so naturally the proprietor brought him over to my table. Oh, we exchanged the usual greetings. He said, how you doing, Mr. Dowd? I said, how do you do, Dr. Chumley? I believe we said that at least once.
Okay.
Well then, I sat down like this, and Harvey sat on the inside like this, and Dr. Chumley, he sat on the other side where he could look straight at Harvey.
That's right. Spin on out on the seat arrangements.
I'm only trying to be factual. So then, Harvey said, I'd like to have a drink. Well, knowing that Harvey didn't like to drink alone, I suggested to Dr. Chumley that we join him.
And so?
We joined him.
Then what?
We joined him in. Go on. We just kept right on joining him.
I'll skip on
But you're asking him to skip an awful large portion of the evening.
Come on, tell us what happened, please.
Well, Harvey and Dr. Chumley were having a nice, quiet conversation at first. And then it got real loud and, why, Dr. Chumley raised his voice.
Yeah, why?
Well, Harvey felt since Dr. Chumley was in on all the joining, that he should also take part in the financial part of it. Dr. Chumley didn't want to.
I can believe that.
Let this guy talk. See how far he'll go. He's got guts.
So naturally, I decided to take on the responsibility of paying the tab because Harvey and I go into Charlie's place quite often. And the proprietor is a very good friend of mine. Fine young man, has an unusual outlook on life, though.
I'll cut the darn double talk if you're on with you.
Mr. Wilson, you're a fine man, but I do wish you wouldn't use such language in front of a fine young lady like Miss Kelly here. Then this other matter's come up.
You're right, Dal, and we're sorry. But you did say something about another matter coming up. What was that?
Well, there's an awful pretty little blonde lady sitting at the next table. So Dr. Chumley decided to go over and introduce himself to her. Her name was Miss Smith Hills, I believe. He was going to tell her that they had once met before in Chicago. So when he got over there, her escorted Dr. Chumley back to our table. He said, I believe it'd be your best interest if you minded your own affairs. Does he have any? Does he have any what? Does he have any affairs?
How should I know?
Please, Mr. Dowd, go on. We're all so worried.
Well, Dr. Chumley wanted Harvey to go over to Blondie's Chicken Inn with him. Well, Harvey wanted to go to Eddie's bar. So while they were arguing about it, I decided to go to the bar to give me another drink. When I got back, they were gone.
Where did they go? I mean, where did the doctor go?
I don't know. They were gone when I got back. I had a date out here with Miss Kelly and Dr. Sanders. I was hoping to come back, pick them up, go into town and find Dr. Chumley Harvey and make a party of it.
So you got a story? You satisfied? Okay, you're lying, you know it.
Mr. Wilson, I never lie.
Don't touch it, Wilson.
Maybe he isn't lying, Wilson.
That's all this guy is, a bunch of lies. You two don't believe a story about Dr. Chumley and the big white rabbit, do you?
Well, maybe Dr. Chumley did go to Charlie's place.
It's all big white rabbit, I suppose.
And why not? Harvey was there. When Dr. Chumley first met Harvey, he was a little scared of him. But as the evening wore on, he began to warm up to Harvey. As the evening wore on. That's a nice expression. With your permission, I believe I'll say it again. As the evening wore on.
With your permission, I'm knocking your teeth down your throat.
Mr. Wilson, don't you have some old friends you can go play with?
Oh, the nerve of this guy. He couldn't come out here with a simple case of the DTs. No, he has to come out here with a 6-foot rabbit.
As still late as this all is, I really must be getting downtown.
Wait a minute.
Charlie's place. Yes, is Dr. Chumley there? He was there earlier with Mr. Dowd. What? Well, he was mad.
That was Mr. McNulty. He's a bartender, a good friend of mine. Let's say we go down and buy that drink now.
Wait.
Mr. Dowd.
Yes, my dear. May I hold your hand?
Yes, if you want to. Mr. Dowd, Dr. Chumley's wife was so worried about it. Something must have happened to him. Could you please try to remember something that could help her?
For you, my dear, why, I would almost do anything. Why, I'd even almost try to live my life over. Almost. But I'm afraid I've told it all.
Are you sure?
Oh, yes, I'm quite sure. But won't you ask me again? I love that warm tone you just had in your voice.
So did I.
Oh, nuts!
What?
Nuts!
I really must be going. I have things to do.
Mr. Dowd, what is it you do?
Well, Harvey and I, we sit in bars, have drinks, listen to the jukebox. And people look at us, and they smile, and they say, I don't know your name, mister, but you're a lovely fellow. And then eventually they come over, and they sit down with us, and they drink with us, and they talk to us. And they tell us of all the big, terrible things that they've done, and the things they're going to do. And their loves and their hates. And why everything they tell us is big because nobody brings anything small into a bar. Then I introduce them to Harvey. And why he's bigger and grander than anything they've ever met before. And when they leave impressed. But very few of the same people ever come back. But that's because they're full of envy. All of us have a little bit of envy in us. Too bad.
Now, how did you happen to call him Harvey?
That's his name.
Well, how do you know that?
Well, that's a very interesting story, Doctor. One night as I was traveling down Fairfax Street, that's between 18th and 19th, you know, Bob?
Yes.
Well, I was walking Ed Hickson's home. Now, old Ed, he had been mixing his gin with his rye, and I felt he needed a little conveyance. So I was walking him home, trying to find a couch for him, and all of a sudden someone said, "Good evening, Mr. Dowd." Well, I looked over, and there was this big white rabbit leaning against the lamppost. Well, I didn't think anything about it because when you live in a town as long as I do, everybody knows your name. So he said, Ed Hickey was a little Smith this evening, wasn't he? Well, now I think the world's all Ed, but he sure was Smith. So I said, you have the advantage over me. You know my name, but I don't know yours. He said, what name would you like for it to be? Well, I didn't even have to think for a second because Harvey'd always been my favorite name. So right away I said, Harvey. And he said, what a coincidence. My name's Harvey.
Dad, what was your father's name?
John Gregory.
Dad, when you were young, a child, didn't you have a playmate that you liked to spend many carefree happy hours with?
Sure, Doctor, didn't you?
What was his name?
Vern McKinney. Do you know the McKinneys, Doctor?
No.
Oh, lovely people. A whole lot of them. Boy, they circulated. Fine.
Come on, Wilson, we'll take Mrs. Alex there.
I'm taking it nowhere. You made this your show, now you run it.
Very well, then. Come on, Alex. Come on, Elwood.
Very well, Mama. But I can't stay very long now. I promised Harvey that I'd take him to see the floor show.
Dr. Tony, are you all right?
All right, of course I'm all right. I'm being followed. Let's lock that door.
Who's following you?
Do your business.
How'd you get out here, Doctor? I just saw you go in there.
I went out through the window. Wilson, don't leave me.
No, Doctor.
Get that man down out of here.
Yes, Doctor.
No, Wilson, don't leave me.
But you just said.
Don't be on the telephone.
Yes, Doctor. Doctor, get that guy down his clothes and get him down here right away.
Don't leave me.
Just a second, Doctor. Judge Jack?
Where's Chumley? We got a call.
I'm over.
Chumley, this thing is serious. We got you wrong.
Certainly is.
It's more serious than you suspect. We're over here.
Not in there.
The doctor doesn't want anyone in his office. No.
Well, then sit down, Dr. Chumley. Myrtle May, sit down.
Sit down, Dr. Chumley. Sit down, Myrtle May. Don't go, Wilson. Don't leave me.
Now, Chumley, hear my nose. Can anybody hear me?
Yeah, we can all hear you. Is that good?
Chumley, has it ever occurred to you that possibly, just possibly, there might be something like this rabbit garden?
Are you crazy? And anyone who thinks there is, they're crazy too. Don't you look at me like I'm funny. Well, I'm like my father's family. They're all dead.
Now then, Chumley, my client, the plaintiff, Mrs. Vita Looney Simmons, under oath, swears that on the morning of November 2nd, last past, while standing in the kitchen of her home, and hearing her name called, she turned and saw this great white rabbit Harvey. He was staring at her. Resenting this intrusion, the plaintiff made certain remarks and drove the creature from the room. He left.
What did she say to him?
The remarks are not important, but she wasn't emphatic.
I want to know how she got that creature out of her sanitarium. I mean her home.
Judge, I hate to have to tell him. Well, it wasn't a bit like mother to say something like that.
Quit stalling and get on with it.
All right, then. She looked him straight in the eye, but in the heat of anger, and exclaimed, "The hell with you!"
The hell with you.
Yes, he left. But that's not the point. The point is that perjury, or is it something we can cope with? I'm asking for your opinion.
Ruthie,
disregard what I said this afternoon. I want you on my staff. You're a very astute young man.
Oh, Lyman, that's wonderful.
Thank you.
See you later.
You just gotta keep my flow out here. You just got to.
No, I want this same term the way it was before you brought that man out here this afternoon.
Well, I know what you mean.
You do?
Well, certainly. It would get on anyone's nerves the way Uncle Elwood always knows what's going to happen before it happens. Why, for instance, he told us that Harvey told him that the McKinney Aunt Rose was going to drop in unexpectedly from Cleveland.
Did she?
Did she what?
Aunt Rose, she dropped in unexpectedly as Harvey said she would.
Oh, yeah, those things always come true. What of it? Who cares about the McKinneys anyway?
You say this happens often.
Oh, yes. Isn't it silly? Well, Uncle Elwood says Harvey knows everything. Harvey tells him everything. How could there when there's no such thing as Harvey?
Fly specs. I've been spending my life among fly specs while Americans have been leaning on lampposts while they came to paradise.
Good. Nobody here but people.
Mother, you promised you wouldn't come.
Oh, good evening, Murder May. How are you now with your bathrobe? Why are you all sitting around? Why aren't you committing him?
Sit down over there, Vita.
I will not sit down over there.
How about me and you stepping outside and not work like this?
Certainly not, Murder May. Come over here. Was it all settled?
It will be.
Doctor, may I give an opinion?
Yes, please do.
A penny. Judge, he's the one I told you about, the little beady close-set eyes.
Doctor, it is my opinion that patient Bill Gal is suffering from third-degree hallucination, and the other party concerned is the victim bottle suggestion. I recommend shock on number 977 for him, and bed rest at home for,
You do?
well, that's my diagnosis, doctor. Mr. Dowd won't see this rabbit anymore after this injection. We've used it in hundreds of psychopathic cases.
Don't you call my brother a psychopathic case? There's never been anything like that in our family before.
Mother, if you didn't think he was psychopathic, then why did you bring him down here?
Where else could I take him? I couldn't put him in jail, could I? Well, this is not your uncle's fault anyhow. I don't know what the whole town full of people why they're harking up to Father Elwood in the first place.
Stop putting your oar in. Keep your oar out. If this shock formula will bring Elwood back to reality, then I say give it to him. That's where we want him.
I'm not sure if it worked in a case of this kind, Doctor.
It always has.
Harvey always follows Elwood home.
He does?
Yes, but if you give him the injection, maybe Elwood won't be able to see Harvey, and then when Harvey comes to the door, I'll deal with him.
Mother, you quit talking about Harvey as if he were a real thing.
Murder May, you've got a lot to learn, and I hope you never learn it.
Listen, here it comes.
Good evening, everybody.
Elwood, I brought you your bathrobe here.
Well, thank you, Vita.
Well, doctors, what are we going to do? We got to do something.
Absolutely.
Yes, it's encouraging.
While we're all making our minds up, why don't we go down to Charlie's and have a drink?
Elwood, you're not going anywhere. You're going to stay right here.
That's right, Uncle Elwood, right here.
Now, I plan on leaving, and you want me to stay. An element of conflict in conversation is a good thing. That means nobody's left out. I like that. Oh, wait, Doctor, how'd your visit with Harvey go this afternoon?
What's your answer, doctor?
I've got to be alone for a few minutes. I've just been for a few minutes. You all step to the other room. I'll have my diagnosis in a moment.
Dr. Sanderson said it won't take very long. Do hurry, Doctor.
I will.
Elwood, you stay here.
Here. Let's see. Is there anything else I can get for you?
What'd you have in mind?
Mr. Dale, what kind of person are you? Where do you come from?
Didn't I give you one of my cards?
Where on the face of this tired old earth did you ever find a thing like him?
You mean Harvey Puka?
Is it true that he has the functions that he...
Gives advance notice? I'm happy to say it is. Why, Harvey can stop clocks.
What's that?
You've heard the expression, his face can stop a clock.
Yes, but why? To what purpose?
Well, Harvey says that he can look at your clock and stop it. And you can go away as far as you want to go, with whomever you want to go, forever, how long you want to be. And when you come back, not 1 minute will it tick by.
You mean that he actually...
Yes, you see, Einstein has come over space and time. But Harvey has conquered space and time and any objection.
Does he do this for you?
Well, he would, but so far, I don't know of anybody else I want to be with or any other place I'd rather go. Well, as a matter of fact, I'm having a fine time right now with you. With you, Doctor. Corona, Corona.
I know where I'd go here.
Where?
I go to Akron.
Akron.
There's a cottage camp in Akron and a grove of maple trees, cool green and beautiful.
My favorite tree.
I go there with a pretty young woman, a strange woman, a quiet woman.
Under a tree?
I wouldn't even want to know her name. I'd just be Mr. Brown.
But why wouldn't you want to know her name? You might be acquainted with some of the same people.
I'd send out the phone here. I'd talk to her. I'd tell her things I've never told anyone before. Important things that are locked in here. And then I'd send out for more cold beer.
No whiskey?
Beer's better.
Under a tree? Well, maybe perhaps. But she might like a highball.
I wouldn't let her talk to me. As I talk to her, I'd want her to reach out a soft white hand and stroke my head and say, "Oh, you poor thing, you poor thing."
How long would you like this to go on?
2 weeks.
2 weeks in Akron, no beer, no whiskey, poor thing for 2 weeks?
It'd be wonderful.
Well, I think you're making a mistake, first off, by not letting her talk. Well, she might have picked up some nice little interesting news items that you can pass around. And I know you're making a mistake with all that beer and no whiskey. But it's your 2 weeks.
Akron beer and one last one. Goodness.
Would you like to lay down?
No. Tell me, Mr. Dowd, did he do this for me?
Well, I guess so. I've never heard Harvey say anything bad about Akron. By the way, Doctor, where is Harvey?
Don't you know?
Well, the last time I seen him, he was with you. Oh, I know. He's waiting for me down at Charlie's.
That's it. He's at Charlie's.
Excuse me a moment.
Not in there.
Well, but I couldn't leave without saying goodbye to Dr. Sanderson.
Mr. Dowd, Dr. Sanderson's not your friend. None of these people are your friends. I'm your friend.
That's nice of you, Doctor, and I'm your friend too.
And that sister of yours, she's behind this conspiracy to have you put away. She drew up commitment papers on you today. She's got your power of attorney. She's got the key to your safety box, and she brought you out here this afternoon.
Rita did all that one afternoon? Well, she sure is a whirlwind, isn't she?
Don't you have any common sense?
Now, Doctor, when I was younger, my mother said to me, she said, Elwood, she always called me Elwood. She said, Elwood, in this world, you've either got to be oh so smart or oh so pleasant. Well, now, Doctor, for years, I was oh so smart. I recommend pleasant. You may quote me.
Nevertheless, I will protect you if I have to have it committed. Would you like me to do that?
Oh, no, Doctor, not unless that's what Vita wanted. Now, not that you don't have a nice place here and all, but I feel like she would be better off at home with Myrtle May and Harvey and myself. Oh, Miss Kelly. Such divine grace has never enchanted his face. Oh, it's good elegy. You've never looked lovelier, my dear.
I'll never feel happier either, Mr. Dowd. I know it.
Well,
Yes,
say, maybe this rabbit dad's a good one. She never kissed me.
I remember before that point.
Come on, you're discharged. This way.
Listen, take your hands off that man. Apologize to Mr. Dowd.
Apologize. Is this guy with the rabbit?
Apologize.
I'm sorry. This way out.
Thank you. And when I have to leave, I'll remember that.
Mr. Dowd, the women often come up to you and kiss you like Miss Kelly did just now?
Every now and then.
Yes.
And I encourage it too.
The hell with decency, I've got to have that rabbit. Go ahead and knock.
Oh, Dr. Sanderson, there you are.
Just a minute now. Do you agree with my diagnosis, doctor?
Yes, I'm afraid I do, but call the ball over.
Thank you. Mrs. Simmons, Judge Gaffney, won't you step in for a moment, please?
Well, is it all settled?
I'll find out for sure with Dr. Sanderson.
Thank you, doctor.
Good boy.
Well, boy, let's celebrate then. I've got some new bars back in my book here.
Oh, Elwood.
This injection carries a violent reaction. I can't give it to him without his consent. Will he give it?
Oh, if I ask you to, we will.
Give up that rabbit? I don't know.
Well, don't ask him, just give it to me.
Let's see now. We got Bessie's Barn Dance and Blondie's Chicken Inn, Better Late Than Never, Benny's Drive-In. We'll go to Benny's Drive-In. Now, we better call ahead for a table. Now, Vita, how many's going?
Oh, Elwood.
Mr. Dowd, I have a formula, 977, and I believe will be of help to you. Will you take it?
Elwood, you won't see that rabbit anymore.
But you will see your responsibilities, your duties.
Well, now, Doctor, if you thought of it, I'm sure it's a fine thing. And if I happen to run into anybody who needs it, I'll be glad to recommend it to them. But as for myself, I'd rather not.
See what we have to put up with, Doctor. See, Judge, what we have to put up with.
Vita, do you want me to do this?
Elwood, you're my brother, and I've known you all my life. I wouldn't do anything to hurt you. Harvey's not your friend. He's making a fool out of you. Don't be a fool, Elwood.
Well, I won't.
Why, you could be anything you wanted to be. You could be on the Western Slope Water Board right now if you only asked them.
All right, Vita. That's what you want? Harvey and I'll go down there tomorrow and ask him.
Tomorrow? Colonel May and I don't want to ever see another tomorrow if we have to stay in that same house with that old Harvey. I don't even want to live my life that's so miserable with that Harvey, and you don't even care.
Well, I've always wanted Vita to have everything that she wants. Are you sure, Vita? Very well, Doctor. I'll take it. Where do I go?
In Dr. Sanderson's office, Dale.
Would you say goodbye to the old fellow for me?
This is going to take long, Doctor.
Only a few minutes. Why don't y'all wait?
All right,
Mr.
we'll wait.
Anderson said it won't take very long.
Mother, don't fidget.
How can I help it?
Well, isn't this thing, Mother? Can you see me in a house coat of this material?
Oh, yes, Myrtle May. Let me get a good night's sleep first.
Come in. What do you want?
Well, I'm looking for her. Oh, there she is. Hey, lady, you just got a kid without paying me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I must have forgotten. How much is it?
All the way from town, $2.75.
I must have forgotten. I'm going first. Myrtle May, do you have some money?
No, I spent all the money Uncle Elwood gave me on the new paper.
Judge, do you have $2.75 I can give this cab driver?
No, sorry, nothing but a check.
We don't take checks.
I know.
Dr. Crumley, could I borrow $2.75 to pay this lady? She won't wait.
I'm sorry, I don't have no time to get it now. I have to get on with the injection.
I'm sorry. I'll have to get it from my brother. You'll just have to wait. He's in there getting an injection.
You're going to get my money from your brother, and he's in there getting some of the stuff they shoot out here? Oh, no, lady, I want my money now.
But I said it would only be a few minutes.
No, lady, you said something about me taking you back to town. I'm going to take my cab on back to town. You catch a bus at 6 in the morning.
Well, all the pig-headed, stubborn...
I should say so.
What is the matter with you?
Nothing at $2.75.
Dr. Chumley, can anyone come out here a minute? This cab driver won't wait.
Just a minute, don't be too long.
Elwood, would you give this cab driver $2.75? But don't give her a penny more. She's been very rude.
How do? Dow's my name, Elwood P.
Hi, Lawrence, mine.
Glad to meet you, Miss Lawfrey. This is my sister, Vita, and my lovely little niece, Myrtle May. This is Dr. Chumley and Judge Gaffney.
Hello.
Lived around here long?
Yeah, I lived in this town all my life.
Oh, well, you enjoy your work?
Oh, it's all right. I felt great. That's 15 years, and I got a brother, Joe. He's been driving the Brown Company pretty near 12 years.
Oh, so you drive for Apex and your brother Joe drives Brown. Interesting, interesting. Let me give you one of my cards.
We've been over this, Mr.
Yes, my sister and niece live at this address with us. We'd be glad to have you and your brother over for dinner some night.
Sure, we'd be glad to.
What night would you be glad to?
Well, it'd have to be Tuesday. I'm on duty the rest of the week.
Okay then. We'll expect you Tuesday then, you and your brother. We're delighted to have you. Wouldn't we, Vita?
Elwood, I'm sure this lady has friends of her own.
Now, Vita, you can't have too many friends.
Dr. Chumley's waiting for you, Elwood. Don't keep him waiting. That's rude.
I'm sorry. Here you go, ma'am. Keep the change. And nice meeting you. We'll expect to see you on Tuesday now. Good day.
Well, he sure is a sweet guy.
Yes, and you could have just as well have waited.
Oh, no, lady. I've been driving this route for 15 years. I drove mine to get that stuff, and I drove them back afterwards. And it changes them.
Well, I certainly hope so.
You ain't kidding. On the way out here, they sit back, they relax, they enjoy the ride. They talk to me. We'll stop, we watch the birds flying, we watch the sunset. Sometimes later we stop and we watch the birds flying. There ain't no birds. We watch the sunset and it's raining. We always have a great time and they always give me a big tip. But afterwards, oh no.
Afterwards, oh no. What do you mean afterwards, oh no?
They crab. They yell at me to watch the lights, watch the intersection, watch the brakes. They scream at me to hurry. They don't have any faith in me or my cab. Yet it's the same driver, the same cab, and the very same road we just traveled on. I tell you, it ain't no fun and no tips.
Oh no, Elwood would have tipped you. He's very generous. He always has been.
Oh no, lady. After he gets this injunction, he's going to be a perfectly normal human being. And you know what jerks they can be. Well, it was nice talking to you. Oh, and I'll wait.
Myrtle May, Judge Gaffney, I don't want him to give him that injection. Elwood, please, I don't want to have it. Something with her. I don't like people like that.
What's all this commotion?
You shut up, Myrtle May. I've lived longer than you. I remember my father. I remember your father.
Doc, sounding off again.
She wants to stop the injection.
Have you given it to him yet?
No, but I'm ready. Take this as soon as away, Wilson.
Don't you touch me, you white slaver.
You didn't want the big rabbit either.
Well, it's no one's business except Myrtle May's and Elwood and I if we want to live with Harvey. It's our business. You don't have to come around anyhow. Why, it's nothing to you if we want to live with Harvey. Elwood!
There, Vita. Vita's had a hard day. She's done a lot today.
Have it your own way. But I'm not giving up my game with the club again. I don't care if you get a whole herd of rabbits.
I think this place.
See here.
Now, doctor, it's whatever Vita says.
Why, that's funny. My papers. He was here all the time. I could have paid that cab driver. And it was Harvey. Come on, little man. Come on, Elwood, hurry.
Goodbye, Dr. Chumley. Goodbye, Mr. Wilson.
Come on, Elwood.
You know, doctor, I've always known how my family feels about Harvey, but I've always wondered how Harvey's family feels about me. There you are. Excuse me a minute, doctor. You're standing in his way. Where have you been? I've been hunting all over. I've been down to the bars. I've been everywhere. You don't have to stay with me.
breeze that breeze, and I'll do the please, just a bumming around. Union friend, don't feel any older, got nothing to lose, not even the blues, just a bumming around. Whenever worries start to bother me, well, I grab my coat, my old slouch hat, hit the trail again, you see, ain't got a dime, don't care where I'm going, I got nothing to lose, not even the blues, just a bumming around. Grab my coat, my old slouch hat, hit the trail again, you see, I ain't got a dime, don't care where I'm going, I got nothing to lose, not even the blues, just a bumming around. Got a million friends, don't feel any older, got nothing to lose, not even the blues, just a bumming around. Start to bother me, well, I grab my coat, my old slouch hat, hit the trail again, you see, I ain't got a dime, don't care where I'm going, I got nothing to lose, not even the blues, just a bumming around. My coat, my old slouch hat, hit the trail again, you see, I ain't got a dime, don't care where I'm going, I got nothing to lose, not even the blues, just a bumming around.